Good evening, everyone. And first at 5, we are hearing from the mother of one of the 4 women found dead earlier this year. The body of her daughter, 22-year-old Kristen Smith, was found in February. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Laurel Porter. Investigators say Smith's death is connected to the deaths of the other 3 women. Police reportedly have a person of interest in custody, but have yet to formally charge anyone. Mike Benner's been following this case all week. Mike, what is Kristen Smith's mother saying?
Yeah, Laurel, good evening. Melissa Smith released an approximately 10-minute video statement on Facebook. She says everything that's transpired over the recent months has left her feeling very overwhelmed. She's hoping that the man police are zeroing in on can provide some much-needed answers.
Very tragic and very heartbreaking.
That's Melissa Smith talking on Facebook about her daughter, Kristen Smith. The 22-year-old vanished late last year, only to turn up dead in mid-February. Her body discovered near southeast Deerdorf and Flavel in southeast Portland.
It's been a long 6 months. It's been very prolonged.
Melissa is by no means the only parent dealing with immense grief. About 2 months after Kristen's body was found, the body of 24-year-old Charity Perry was located in Ainsworth State Park. Then 31-year-old Bridget Webster's body was found in rural Polk County. And in early May, the body of 22-year-old Ashley Rial was discovered in rural Clackamas County.
Everybody keeps asking, is there a serial killer? Is there a serial killer? We know what you guys know.
And what is that exactly? Well, according to the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office, detectives have identified a person of interest who can be linked to all 4 victims. The Willamette Week newspaper is identifying that person as Jesse Calhoun. Video obtained by KGW shows deputies arresting the 38-year-old in the Milwaukee area in early June. It's important to note Calhoun has not been charged with any crimes in connection to the women's deaths. Right now, he's jailed on unrelated charges.
I have so many thoughts, so many questions, so many concerns.
That's because Melissa does not know how her daughter is connected to Calhoun. And she's not alone. Calhoun's own girlfriend told YouTuber Veli Ray in a recent interview she doesn't know how Calhoun is tied to Kristen Smith or Charity Perry. What she does know is that her boyfriend was in an on-again, off-again sexual relationship with Ashley Rial, and he'd give Bridget Webster drugs in exchange for sex.
If they are linked, again, I don't know if they are. The police have not told me that specifically.
What Melissa Smith is certain about is getting justice for her daughter, as well as the other 3 women, whose deaths are resulting in more questions than answers.
It's getting pretty overwhelming for all of us family members.
It is worth mentioning we have not heard much from law enforcement, but I did exchange some messages with the sheriff in Polk County. That, of course, is where the body of Bridget Webster was located. And the sheriff told me that his detectives are working hard and collaboratively with other agencies to ensure a good, solid investigation. Back to you.
We all look forward to learning more. Thank you, Mike. Family members are searching for answers in the death of a 31-year-old woman in Klickitat County. Hannah Walker died in October, but her case is now inactive. Family members say they're confused by the change because the case was initially being investigated as a homicide. Thomas Schultz joins us now, and Thomas, Walker was found with abrasions on her body.
Yeah, that's right, Laurel. She had scrapes, welts, and unidentified DNA in several places on her body. Family members say boot prints were also photographed near the creek where Walker was found, but Walker was barefoot. Walker's mother says Klickitat County Sheriff Bob Songer initially agreed with the family that the 31-year-old's death was suspicious. A detective began investigating her death as a homicide. But a couple months into the investigation, family members say the detective was moved to a patrol role and taken off the case. Soon after, the investigation was moved to inactive. In a letter to the FBI, attorneys for the family say the whole process has been bizarre. They're now asking that a federal investigation is conducted into Walker's death.
Sheriff Songer asked me to trust him, that there was a thorough investigation being done.
The Klickitat County Sheriff did not respond to our interview requests. Hannah's mother, Aya, says she has still not seen a final autopsy report more than 9 months after her daughter's death. Aya Walker has been busy reaching out to other agencies as well for more information. She's also tried to contact the county coroner's office, Clark County Medical Examiner's office, and numerous other agencies, all of which to no avail. Dave, Laurel.
Well, let's hope your story helps her get a response. Thank you, Thomas. Our hot, dry, and fire-filled summer continues. This afternoon, a grass fire broke out along the train tracks in Portland's northwest industrial area. It had the potential of threatening a building at one point, but fire crews were able to quickly put it out.
In Longview, firefighters say they are making progress on that fire that broke out Tuesday at a manufacturing plant. A helicopter dumped water throughout the day for a second day, and crews say they have now scaled back from 8 fire vehicles to 2. A little bit of good news there. Air quality around the Portland area is also back to green today after billowing smoke funneled down the Columbia soon after the fire started. No word yet on the cause.
The flat fire burning in southwest Oregon is the largest wildfire in the state, and it continues to grow. It has now topped 15,000 acres with no containment. It's burning near Agnes and Curry County. That's about 30 miles east of Gold Beach. A red flag warning also remains in the area due to hot, dry, and windy conditions.
It is a decades-old law that allows terminally ill people in Oregon to end their lives by taking prescribed medication. And coming up this evening on The Story, a closer look at how more people are now eligible under what is called the Death with Dignity Act. Ashley Grahams joins us now with a preview. Ashley.
David, in the past nearly 30 years, the only people who could apply to use this end-of-life medication were people from Oregon. Now you can be from anywhere as long as you meet the other qualifications. The patient must be at least 18 years old, be able to understand and communicate their decisions, and have 6 months or less to live due to a terminal illness. Now, this change has been in the works for a couple of years, and it was an Oregon doctor that you see there that sued the state back in 2021 because he wanted to provide this lethal medication to his patients in Washington. It was a settlement that caused the case, which caused the legislature to change state law.
And so instead of having the state go back into another lawsuit costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, it is best for us to go ahead and do what has been agreed to through the court process.
Now, there's a lot to this law. It has a history of intense controversy, and we go into more of that at 6 o'clock tonight on The Story.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Ashley. Portland City Commissioners are backing off a plan to tweak the new city charter. In November, Portland residents approved sweeping changes to the way city government operates. But 2 commissioners wanted changes. This week, Renee Gonzalez and Dan Ryan proposed adjustments, including reducing the size of a new council from 12 to 8, simplifying ranked choice voting, and giving the mayor veto power over the council. However, those ideas drew pushback and protests from the public. This morning, we heard from Commissioner Ryan, who told us he'll table it for now. However, he says he believes giving the mayor veto power is still a change worth pursuing. It is worth noting the current council can't make changes on its own. Any adjustments would need to go to a ballot measure.